Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. Welcome back into the show. It is episode 208. It is February 12th, 2025. I have updated the banner. I have updated the hat. We have updated our document. It is National Hug Day, and there's really not a better time right now for us to give each other a hug than right now and give everybody a hug. Bring it in here for the real thing. Football's over, boys.
I wouldn't say that. First of all, Tex.
Come on.
Did you see what AK did?
Sweden, what? Sweden just tied it up. Or no, they scored.
Football just ended. So therefore, once one season ends, another season starts, right? The other season hasn't officially started yet, correct?
Correct.
So the golf season is just starting this week. But if you look down here in the banner, AK somehow already has 1 win. Dylon somehow already has 4 wins. I thought golf season hasn't started. They're already giving themselves wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the first one everybody's actually in. Dylon's been playing games by himself. Count them as wins.
That's okay. I'll adjust it. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
With football officially ending, I tip my cap off.
Oh,
not wear that hat again until next year.
And
I'll put on my Pinehurst hat.
Pinehurst. Speaking of pines. Secondly, any parting words? We're gonna do a Super Bowl loose ends, kind of tie up some of this stuff because right after the game there was a lot, and we have a little bit of a slideshow. So we got golf. Now we switched to golf.
Turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Where's Dallon? We need Dallon in here.
But most shows, they're packing it in for the season. Oh, football's over. What are we going to talk about? Like my wife, every time she's like, what are you guys going to talk about? I'm like, don't you worry. We got it all right here. We got plenty. There is an entire slideshow of information and jokes and segments. And look, these brains, these minds don't sleep. I can tell you that right now. And also, good point. The Great American Bird Count is this weekend. Hashtag always be birding.
Always be birding.
Shout out Hubs and Novak because they're playing this weekend. Hopefully they're birdieing.
Shout out Eagles. Birding.
Oh, yes. NFL rigged. Also, the Four Nations Face-Off is kicked off tonight. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. We got golf. The water cooler debate returns. The dad joke returns. We've got the Genesis Open. We've got How Dare Yous. We've got plenty. That's right. B. McCormick's here. He knows. He's over there getting ready to get Aaron Rodgers. He knows it. He's a Steelers fan. So, yeah, and we got a little bit of App State news and other cool little graphics. So, shout out to the Black and Gold podcast, who always great relationship with those guys for App State. Everything we say is basically with all due respect. It's literally, there's not a sentence that's uttered that does not have all due respect. So, we got plenty. We're going to talk to you some picks. We got some DraftKings. We got it all. But first, Hug Day, boys. Hug Day. There's 5 types of hugs. Did you know that?
5. Bear hug, gorilla hug,
no,
regular hug.
That would have been a good one. Self hug, the tight hug.
That's a bear hug.
The side hug. I guess you could say the tight hug is a bear hug. The polite hug. I don't know what that one is. And then there's the back hug. I didn't even know. The back hug.
Is that like that? Like when I don't know if y'all did this. I know me and my brother did this. We used to take pictures with our backs up against each other like this. Is that the back hug?
I don't think that's the back hug. I think The Office did it where Will Ferrell hugged him from behind, and then Michael Scott reached around him and hugged him this way. So they were
I guess. Yeah.
So the first hug, the first term was 450 years ago. The term hug was recorded first by the Old Norse. In Old Norse. I don't know. Whatever.
When do you think they finally realized, like, man, this feels pretty good. We should start doing this for people.
Dude, I think it comes from the word hugga. I think that's what it was, which means to comfort.
Hugo?
Hey, Hugo. Hey, Hugh? You damn right. If that's who's giving hugs, I'm there.
I looked up bag hug, and it keeps on telling me that there's 8 different types of hugs. There's 25 different types of hugs, 9 different types of hugs, 23 different types of hugs. So I'm
Hugs.
very confused.
You're Uggs?
16 types of hugs. 15
Look who's
different types of
here.
hugs.
Bob Huggins.
Huggins. Oh, Huggy Bear. Whenever Snoop Dogg was Huggy Bear and Starsky and Hutch.
Well, that's what they call Huggins too, Huggy Bear.
Well, there could be multiple Huggy Bears. That's 2 types of hugs. A bear hug, literally. So we got lots of hugs. Let's just give hugs to your friends because football's done. But that's okay. We can't sit here and be sad and be like, oh, what are we going to do? We have to. Time moves on. Time is a continuous circle. You can't sit there and be like, what are we going to do? No. We got 4 nations. USA is about to play. I mean, there's nothing. Maybe hockey's smart. Nothing better right now than us putting on the red, white, and blue and being like, football's over. Let's rally around this team. So, anyways, text thoughts since football's over.
And by the red, white, and blue, you mean Team USA, not the Rangers.
Either or, you could use interchangeable. No. Vinny Trocheck's on there. Chris Kreider's centering a line. Like, you're going to find out. The backbone of Team USA, right down the spine, right down the vertebrae.
Look,
for the New York Rangers.
You do have to say, though, I mean, as much as crap that we all give each other for the teams that we pull for and the reason why we pull for those teams, we all do have a favorite team that is red, white, and blue.
Facts.
And not you. That's not USA. I have the Bills. AK has the Rangers. Tex has the baseball Rangers.
Yep. And somehow Tex is the only one still with a championship, which is stupid because he doesn't even watch baseball.
Because I remember when he was a White Sox fan.
It's not true. I enjoy the White Sox.
That's right, dude. JT Miller's back. I think I know who this is. I think I know who Texas Burner is. There's only one man who would know JT effing Miller. It might be. I know
the CEO of staff.
4 Nations puts all of those. I agree, dude. This is for country, for honor. 4 Nations. So,
is this the new All-Star game for them?
And yeah, good call, B. McCormick. We're not talking about the one time the Cowboys put the red, white, and blue stripe down the middle of their helmet. That doesn't mean they're red, white, and blue. Good call.
Everybody needs to stop hating on the Cowboys. You'll see. Dak was saying earlier this week. We're not that far off from the Philadelphia Eagles. Not that far off.
That's part of the next segment.
We're not that far off.
Shut up.
We're not that far off.
That is such.
What's different? Tell me what's different.
I'm going to.
I would say Dak's not that far off from Jalen Hurts, but as far as team wise, pretty far.
What talking about, dude? You got 3 UFL players out there. You're drafted from the wrong league.
Tavon Diggs or Cooper DeJean? Who you got?
Well, DeJean scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Diggs hasn't even played a Super Bowl. Neither of them.
Diggs is coming off ACL.
Hey,
I'm going DeJean.
Emphasis on the L.
Who you got?
Guy's a bum.
DeJean.
You know in your heart of hearts you want to pick DeJean, you scumbag. All right. So we don't even have to hit any music. Let's get right to it. Let's clean up the Super Bowl. The numbers are in. Super Bowl featuring the Chiefs and Eagles through a projected audience of 126 million viewers, making it the most watched Super Bowl ever. Shout out to all those losers who said they were going to boycott it.
Yeah, you. Well,
yeah, basically me in my face. I think that's misleading, though. Wouldn't you agree? I think people wanted to see them lose.
Well, yeah, I bet a lot of those came towards the end of the game too. You know, because to get a rating, you only have to watch 5 minutes of the channel, and it counts as a rating.
That's a good point.
So I'm sure if they're doing whatever they're doing, hey, let's just see what the score is. Wow, the Eagles are up by 40 points. Let's turn in to see what they're going to do after the game. So, yeah, I'm sure a lot of those came in at the end of the game.
Mm.
But what they were saying this morning on Sports Talk Radio is like a lot of the whole pretty much it was majority Philadelphia fans there. So
Yeah.
then if you calculate how much money the Chiefs fans, if you go to every game, if you're like a diehard goes to every game, if you to go to all 3 of the Super Bowls, you would have spent like $50,000.
Holy cow.
So it's like who has that kind of money to do that? So that's why a lot of Chiefs fans weren't there supposedly, allegedly. But
That's stupid. They're taking it for granted is what they are. That's what they get. It's like Travis Kelce whenever he just didn't move on that one. Did you see that one play where Mahomes was
where he
scrambling around?
fumbled. He put his hands up too. When
And then
Diggs did that, they said Diggs wanted out. Does Travis Kelce want out at Kansas City now?
I've had enough of we're now in a Mexican standoff between Travis Kelce and Aaron Rodgers about who's gonna draw this damn thing out the longest. And it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be awful.
Well,
speaking of him,
well, go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was about to just dunk on Mahomes because we've all said he's a great player. We know he's a great player, one of the best of all time. But in the Super Bowl, he's terrible. I know we touched on it a little bit on some of his stats and numbers in the Super Bowl in the games he's played, but he has a minus 23 points differential in the Super Bowl.
That stinks.
That's
not great, Bob.
That's 5th worst all time.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, he's got so many turnovers. And let's not. He had 60 yards passing by the third quarter. The Eagles had taken all their players out in the fourth quarter. It was over. It was done. What are we talking about? Those numbers are inflated for sure. His QBR was 11. It was 11. So bad. Tex, you'll like this stat. The NFC East is already the only division to have each team win a Super Bowl. Now all 4 have won multiple Super Bowls.
Wow.
How about that?
I do like that stat.
That was for you. See, everybody says I'm not fair and balanced, and I'm biased. That's BS. I will admit that I forgot that when I screenshotted that, that's what it was talking about, and so I'm really mad that I actually put that in there. So scratch that from the record.
J.Y., which team in your division has not won a Super Bowl yet?
The Bills.
Okay.
Hey, we've been there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who has
you got him. He doesn't know what to do right now.
No, I have a stat, but it's not for the Super Bowl. Which team has the most losses in the NFC Championship game?
I didn't see the 49ers or the Cowboys because you wouldn't answer that question.
The Niners. The Niners are 8-11 in NFC Championship games.
Sucks to get to the NFC Championship 19 times
and have a losing record. So how's that any better than being 0-4 in Super Bowls?
Did you? Because we've won
lost.
5 Super Bowls.
You lose them still.
No. The 49ers have lost more championships than the Bills have lost Super Bowls.
All that makes me think of is Ric Flair walking down and being like, "I've spilled more liquor." Wait, what's the saying he says?
It is something like that.
Yeah, he's like, I've paid more for spilt liquor than you did on your house, or something like
that. 11 losses in the NFC Championship.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, I'll talk about the Niners being terrible.
I don't have my Niners hat on. People are just going to be where's it at?
With Pat Mahomes, like I said, having minus 23 point differential in the Super Bowl. Does that say more about how bad Shanahan is at closing, or how than Mahomes and Reed is at preparation for the Super Bowl?
I don't know, but that was an absolutely filthy move by Sidney Crosby. He still has it. Wait. Oh, all right. Say that again. Wait a minute. Time out. Why are you trying to dunk on Shanahan right now?
I'm just saying, Pat Mahomes has minus 23 point differential. Does that say more about Shanahan being able to close than it does about Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes prepping for these teams?
I don't know. I mean, Shanahan's had. If it weren't for the 49ers, he'd be Jim Kelly. So I actually feel bad that the 49ers actually had to play them in the Super Bowl, because that would have stopped this whole thing. The 49ers are responsible for the Chiefs
True.
dominance. So long con,
some records are not meant to be broken.
but I don't know. They gave it up 10-point leads. So that just makes me mad even thinking about it. But so Travis Kelce, this suit supposedly, according to a designer, Mike Amiri, told GQ that the outfit was designed for women. The suit that he was wearing. He had a rough Super Bowl, dude. All I can think about is The Office whenever Michael Scott wears a woman's suit to work, which you guys don't watch The Office, but it was hilarious. I just want to know why this look that he's got going on, where he's trying to look like a 70s, like he owns a 70s pool bar, like a billiards club. He looks like Starsky and Hutch. He looks like Teddy Swims is what he looks like. Like it's the album cover of Teddy Swims. Like I think that's what he's going for. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
Why
Anyway.
are bell bottoms coming back?
One of the guys at work today he doesn't even know what bell bottoms are. Like he's never even seen them. He's a young guy. He's born in 2000.
I mean, when we were, in elementary school and middle school, you'd have the baggy jeans or whatnot. Some people had the Jinkos baggy jeans, but I say what you want about the skinny jeans or the tight fits or whatever. I appreciate not walking and seeing stuff flail around down there.
Yes.
So I just don't get it, man.
I don't get it either. I don't get it.
I did see somebody post though about seeing Kendrick Lamar's jeans and then pulling their old jeans back from when they were in high school with the flappy bottoms. And they put some sandals on and they were like all wet because they would flop over the sandals. I'm like, don't bring those back, please. Sandals and jeans, no.
No. Dude, I love this too. Everybody's like, Travis Kelce was hopeless watching Taylor Swift getting booed mercifully in the Super Bowl. And it's like, these people who are making a big deal out of this have no idea that that's just Eagles fans. They'll boo a child. If they put a child up there in a Chiefs shirt, they will boo that child. They don't care. Like, these are people that don't know ball, clearly. Everybody's trying to make it more.
Bunch of boo birds.
Just, hey, if she wants to be a fan, she's got to take it. I mean, I've sat here on this show and watched them lose.
This is true. They booed Santa Claus.
Hey, you were first.
They booed Santa Claus.
They did.
Yeah, they booed Santa Claus and threw snowballs at him.
That's right. And then this one was pretty bad because C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's also in some trash too because of what he said about his kids. So this guy's a jerk. He said the Swifties are now leaving bad reviews on his mom's restaurant because of what he said.
That's awful. That's worse than getting booed. That's worse than getting booed. That's his mom's restaurant.
All I'm hearing is the Swifties have zero idea how to handle a loss.
Zero.
They don't know how to lose. That was the problem with this whole thing. They came in and thought that they could just win and everything's fun all the time. This is the NFL. You lose and your team sucks, and that's what happens.
No, you know what this tells you?
I don't like good losers.
Swifties don't know anything about sports. Like, knowing how to lose is the second thing you learn in sports.
That's right. You don't win all the time.
Yeah.
Might be the first thing.
Texas gonna get us. He's gonna get us booted. Oh.
No.
We'll have to see how tough
we are. About sports.
That's right. We've said Swifties about 40 times, so we're gonna.
Come boo us.
They're probably gonna go to our Apple podcast and just leave 1-star reviews and just boo us off the stage.
I can take it.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop us. We're still gonna get up here. J.Vi, you said it. This team's traveling west.
Yeah.
East. The teams
West.
traveling east lose.
West wins, East lose. Philly won. The streak continues.
Tuck it in.
Where's it
Tuck
at
that
next
away.
year?
San Fran.
San Fran.
Oh,
So
so
Unless it's one of the West Coast teams, both teams will fly west.
if
wait
it's
a minute. Hang on.
it's in San Fran.
Yeah, but who's the westmost team?
Well, if it's anybody on the West Coast, they're either flying south or north.
Mm.
So like any team in the Californias, Seattle.
Well, then if the Niners make it, they're screwed.
No,
Unless it's the Chargers.
no, because they're not flying east.
I think
You have
San
to
Francisco
fly
might
east.
be the westmost team.
But the team traveling west wins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
whoever flies to San
nobody could
Francisco's-
travel east.
No, the East team loses.
I thought it was
Mm.
the team traveling east. So if they don't have to
What if
travel
you fly
east,
the opposite way? What if the 49ers fly the opposite way and come back?
They turn their flags.
what I'm
No,
saying
they
is
just
no
leave
team would
San
travel
Francisco.
east.
Fly around the world. They go west, fly around the world, come back across. Yeah, that's what they'd have to do.
It doesn't matter if you're Golly, you guys are idiots.
How about this? Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl record when Tom Brady is playing is 0-1. When Tom Brady is announcing, they're 0-1. When Tom Brady's not involved, they're 3-0. Dude, this stuff's been cracking me up. Everybody's like,
Fox doesn't have it next year, so he should be good if they make it. The
Well,
traveling
it's just
west,
funny.
no Tom Brady.
Everybody's like, what does this do for the GOAT debate? What is this? We called it, though. As soon as the show was over, it's like, here's what they're going to talk about.
Well, and he's got more interceptions in his 5 games than Brady does in 10 games.
And he plays terrible in the Super Bowl. Everybody's like, well, Tom Brady played terrible in the wild card. It's like, great, but not in the Super Bowl. Like, okay.
Look at Jay Cutter's flow, though.
I know. This was awesome from Nick Foles. He said it's really cool Tom Brady got to be there for the Eagles' 2 Super Bowl wins. He might be a good luck charm. Sick burn, dude. And if you're a Panthers fan, shout out Andrew Novak, playing this weekend in golf. Hey, in case someone forgot, the Panthers took both of these teams to the brink. Shout out Carolina Blitz.
Hey.
So
late in the season, too.
I'm telling you, dude. And also, shout out.
The Panthers were 3-8, and then they were 3-10.
Yeah. So, and now the Panthers are all fighting each other because Cam Newton's running around telling everybody that there were a bunch of losers before he got there, and then he would not give his MVP back, and Steve Smith's mad at him. Dude. Have you seen that?
I heard about it. I haven't seen anything or looked into it.
It's just Cam Newton doing what Cam Newton does. He's the reason they were good. They were losers before he got there. That picture of Michael Vick standing beside Cam Newton is pretty funny, though.
Michael Vick's not that short, though.
Somebody must have altered it.
He's got to be 6'1".
Yeah.
Cam Newton's 6'6".
6'5". Yeah.
So, that was more than it was the angle of the picture. Had to be.
Boys, here's the Super Bowl logo. Now, the Super Bowl logo
meme of the dude from The Hangover in classroom yelling out absurd language.
What?
Mike Vick is 6 foot tall.
Thanks, dude.
Told you.
What do we make of this logo? Because there's a lot of colors. I think they're onto it. Because people have been trying to predict the teams because of the colors. They got it this year too.
Every color in.
They put. I mean, all of them.
I was saying, insert the meme of the Chinese guy from The Hangover, but when he's sitting at that desk and he yells out something.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I don't.
We'll get canceled if I say it out loud.
Oh, yeah, don't say it then. Swifties, just keep saying Swifties. And then that'll hit their timeline, and then they'll come in here and start yelling at us. I don't know what to make of this. I don't see any Dallas Cowboys blue in this thing.
I think if I was a San Francisco 49ers fan, I would be a little embarrassed that this is how they pick to represent the city that we play in.
No. I think that they're on to the color scheme, and they just said, we're going to put every color in there.
The Super Bowl is also nowhere near San Francisco.
No, not even close. I even know that.
It's an hour south.
What are they doing with these logos? Bring back the old logos.
Getting lazy, cheap.
What's next? Oh, we don't have to do that. That was just, there was a crazy, like what the last time an NFL team was bought, what somebody paid for them. The Bears were bought for $100 back in 1920. Steelers were bought for $2,500 in the 1993.
Yeah, those have never been sold though.
Who?
Like they bought them when they first started.
That's crazy, dude. Like the amount, like some of these they got bought, like the Cardinals got bought for $50K. The Raiders, $180K. That's wild. Can you imagine? That's crazy. Nuts. But anyways, what's next? Oh, okay. All right, let's do some saluting before we get into golf, because we're about to get into the golf. So hit the salute. Salutio. Salute your sports. Here we go. And we have a new logo. Sports headlines. Boom. Number 3. This was hilarious. Kellen Moore, now the coach of the New Orleans Saints. Goes having basically a gazillion people to play offense with, to the worst cap space and a terrible division, but Derek Carr. And if you want to see something hilarious, watch this. Kellen Moore and Derek Carr played each other way back in the day.
Kicked his ass.
Did you see that, dude? Number 5, Boise State destroys Fresno State, and these two guys played each other. So now, not only did he dunk on them in football at Boise State, now he gets to tell them how bad he sucks playing quarterback. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, didn't we say last year this was Derek Carr's last year? We don't even know if he's going to be the quarterback for the Saints this year.
Who knows?
We really don't. I mean, I think if he's not, we definitely called it. So, dial up that meme.
The Saints pick 9th.
There you go.
They're in cap hell too.
They are. They are one of the worst situations in football. It's bad. I mean, they got Taysom Hill. How about that?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers. Anything else on Kellen Moore?
No.
Good for him. It's weird because we've officially entered the people younger than us are head coaches now.
That's weird.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers,
guys that we watched play college football.
Yeah.
Yes,
he's younger than us. Like a year younger than us.
Sad. Aaron Rodgers gets kicked out of New York. He flew all the way back there on his own money, private jet, all the way back to New York just for them to tell him to get the out of here, dude.
Well, did you hear what the report was?
I love this meme. Montoya, por favor. Sports fans, on the TV, we're Montoya, and on the TV is where will Aaron Rodgers end up this year? Every show is saying the same thing. Aaron Rodgers, what's he gonna do? Who cares? He sucks. He sucks.
Word is, and this was gonna be my hang the banner, was that Aaron Glenn, that's their new head coach, right? Aaron Glenn.
Too many Aarons. Yeah.
He told Aaron Rodgers that they would still like for him to be back and be the quarterback of the Jets. But if he's going to do that, then he has to be at every practice, every meeting, OTAs, everything, and also can't do outside media. So Aaron Rodgers said peace.
You mean this?
That's the report.
He couldn't be on the Pat McAfee show if he wanted to be back with the team. So,
Yeah, that
there you
and
go.
coming to the meetings, and he said peace. Selfish.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Selfish.
Shout out to this meme though that you made. That you made a template, which is just spectacular.
Yeah,
And this
template's
poor
great.
guy. Still don't fully understand what's going on, but some of the videos are pretty funny of him just losing it.
Yeah.
But all the guys, and the reason this makes the round so hard is because all the people that are in the media like to dunk on Aaron Rodgers because he differs their opinions.
Yeah.
They have the platform and they're just gonna be like, this guy, he's not a good. So it's gonna be on every show forever. We have to stop Dak Prescott from guaranteeing things. Tex. Oh, there you go. That's and the reason I put that Rodgers thing on is because the Pittsburgh Steelers fans are now renting billboards because they're the favorites to land Aaron Rodgers, and so they're putting up billboards all over the city. One of the players came out and said, "Leave his ASS in the retirement home. We don't want Rodgers on this team."
Mm.
I love how this guy put his name on there, paid for by Kevin Adams. We've had enough. Standard is mediocrity.
Why would you want to get rid of somebody that's never had a losing season?
Did you know that? He's never had a losing season.
Never.
Tex, did you know?
I put money on it this year.
You did. So this was a video of Dak guaranteeing that in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, the Cowboys would be playing in it. Get your quarterback, dude.
And he's about to get married.
What is he? What? Oh, man, that sucks. What happened to that picture? Oh, there we go. Cowboys Dak Prescott also. I feel like we've competed with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when the other guy is holding the trophy, right? So credit to them. They've earned it, and they deserve it by all means. But, yeah, we're very close.
Yeah,
Dak.
I agree.
No.
I agree.
Oh, dude.
I agree.
You're not that close.
We're
You're
close.
not that close.
We're close.
The Cowboys, I mean, this is not shocking. This is what it's about the time of the year whenever we start getting the tweets and all these stuff coming through. We them boys, we're back. They're going to gear up.
They're fake tough. Cowboys aren't tough.
They're the worst spot.
They don't want to hit you. They don't want to hit you.
Every time they play the Niners, they get bullied. Anybody who's physical, they can't hang with. It's just fact.
I mean, the Bills ran it down their throat.
Niners ran it down their throat every time. Have the Cowboys beaten the 49ers in the Dak Prescott era? I don't think they have.
Have they beaten the Bills? I don't think they have.
Tex, you're just sitting there.
Hang on, I'm looking up something.
I guess all I had on the Dak stuff.
Hang on.
Any other news?
I don't think so.
From the sports world, other than the former Panthers are fighting each other.
Eagles parade's not till Friday.
Must be weather up there, right?
I think there's a big storm coming through.
Never had a losing season until this year. The other thing was hilarious. I don't know if you saw us going on the internet that made the list late. Was Carl Ravitch was calling the basketball games, and he said that the SEC is 82-82 overall. They can't seem to get over the hump.
Passer rating versus the Eagles is 100.6. He's thrown for 3,402 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions in 13 games versus the Eagles. That's a pretty good high school stat line.
And yet they have 0 conference championships and 0 Super Bowl appearances to show for it.
Tell me.
You can be the regular season champs all you want.
Tell me where he's lying.
You can be the regular season champs all you want. Good for you.
I'll tell you where he's lying. The Eagles have been to the Super Bowl twice in the last 3 years, and the Cowboys have not made it to the NFC Championship game.
In 30 years. Just throwing that out there.
In the last, when Dak's been healthy, since 2020, he's only lost to the Eagles one time.
Oh, you saying he's the Eagle killer?
I'm just saying, when he's healthy,
So
he's only
We
lost to
put
the Eagles
down on the
once
big board that
since 2020.
Cowboys
Sweep?
the Eagles next year.
Sweep.
Okay. Episode. Which episode is this?
It's 208, episode 208.
The board.
Text, call, and sweep.
Text.
Do you want to put any
Okay.
parameters? Dak has to be healthy? You're saying Dak has to be healthy?
Dak has to be healthy.
You sweep.
If he's injured in any way, it doesn't count.
2025, episode 208, Cowboys sweep the Eagles next year. Texas big board. Okay.
I'm gonna put parentheses. Dak healthy.
All right, boys. You know
Well,
what?
going back to your basketball thing. One quick thing. This is really starting to make me mad because it's happened a few times in the past couple weeks. If you make a prop bet on the NBA and the score is 72-29 at halftime, you should get your money back.
Yes.
You should 100% get your money back.
That's not a serious organization.
I mean, they're online. They are calling it the National Blowout League or Association because it's just been blowout
NBL?
after blowout.
Dude, they suck. The NBA is terrible. It's a terrible product. Terrible. Here we go. It's coming back.
You serious?
Oh my God, you're an idiot. Are you kidding me?
Okay, making its grand return, the water cooler debate. But before we do that, also making its grand return, the dad joke. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What did the ankle wrap say to the knee sleeve? Brace yourself.
I thought you were gonna say it's a joint committee.
No, you could have said that's a wrap too, but I didn't. It's brace yourself. Nice. I felt good. I felt good to be back in the saddle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this week's question is: what is the water cooler debate? What is the GOAT type of river in honor of Riviera? Because that's not where the golf tournament is, because it got moved because of the fires. So, GOAT type of river. And Dylon submitted his. So let's go ahead and read Dylon's because that was awesome. I have to find it, but he had a really good one. Dylon says GOAT type of river was. Hold on. Did I miss it? Oh, that's what Butch P meant. Golly, I just saw that. Whoops. Body wash for men. He said, GOAT type of river from Dylon. The Rivers Cuomo lead singer for Weezer, baby. Oh. That's a good one. Anybody else have one ready to go? Because I do.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say rivers that flow north.
Rivers that flow north.
The Nile, the New River.
Dang it. So you just took my river. I was going to say the Nile River because Moses, that's where he floated down.
What?
And then they found him. Yes, Moses
okay.
floated down the Nile
right.
River. And then they found him, and then he parted the Red Sea. Well, now I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board.
He floated up the river. Flows north.
Okay.
So
I'm down
stupid.
between two then. I'm down between two.
All right.
I'm gonna go with I had two. The River by Garth Brooks. Good song. Great song. The other one I had was Chattahoochee. Isn't that Way Down Yonder on the Chattahoochee?
Alan Jackson.
The River, Garth Brooks. I can't believe you said rivers that flow north. That's BS, dude.
He
North Carolina, dude.
I got you.
Well, I was gonna say Phillip Rivers.
I knew that would do it. Still football season, dude.
I can't quit football. And also, that guy's got 10 kids. So the things that are swimming through his river are strong and have to be the greatest of all time.
They got to study that guy. All right. That felt good. Water cooler debate.
Oh, you know what? We're also old enough to see all these kids, these guys who we watch play football. Their kids play now. Jerome
Yes.
Bettis Jr., his son plays at Notre Dame.
Yep.
LeVar Arrington Jr., his son is going to play at Penn State. Phillip
They were
Rivers,
talking-
his son's going to NC State, I'm pretty sure.
Really? He's got a son old
Yeah.
enough. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
It's crazy, dude. We're old.
That's wild.
I was reading too that, talking about how bad Syracuse basketball was, and everybody's saying that the savior's coming next year because Carmelo Anthony's son is going to Syracuse.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Scoop Jardin's son.
I remember watching Carmelo Anthony lead them to him and Jerry McNamara led them to a national championship in 2001.
Wow. Man.
Dude, I still remember watching Scoop Jardine.
Scoop Jardine, what a name.
Eight overtime game with UConn. That was a wild, wild game, man.
Yes, it was. That was with Kimba.
Yeah.
We watched that at Portofino's. I remember that.
Like the 7 overtime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a crazy one.
That was Big East basketball.
We had just gotten back from spring break, and we went to Portofino's. Closed it down because the game was still on.
Dude, this is so wild. McDavid's on the ice with Crosby. This is nuts. We're gonna talk about it here in a minute, though. All right, we're gonna talk about this golf. Let's do it. We got all kinds of stuff ready for golf. Come on, hit the electric guitar, somebody. Okay, we're gonna talk some golf, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Genesis Invitational, Tiger Woods' event. He is not playing. He is out. I think his mother passed away, so that makes sense. It's moved from Riviera, obviously, because of the fires. So back in Torrey Pines, which is in La Jolla, California, or I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Like near San Diego.
Sweden just scored. Canada's about to blow it. Overrated. They suck. 72 golfers. Top 50 make the cut with ties. Or no, top 50 and then within 10 strokes. So basically, if you don't pick somebody to make the cut here, you suck. 3.6 million.
Wait a minute. Didn't we say in the past that Riviera is the closest thing to Augusta, so you could really base the winner of that or the good people who play good off of that to be successful in Augusta? So that's out the window this year.
Hold on in Augusta.
That's out the window this year.
Although this course kind of resembles Riviera, but yes.
Torrey Pines.
For your stat that you read, this out the window this year.
Yeah, because it's not a Riviera, which I just said that. But 72 golfers, so 3.6 million to the winner. It's a signature event. Harry English won here a few weeks ago at 8 under. It's the longest course in rotation. The sponsor exempt are Minwoo Lee, Gary Woodland, Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, Texas left. He's gone.
Wait, they played here a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
I didn't even look at that when I was.
Yes. Shoot. The Farmers Insurance Open. So, and then there's also been some beef on the golf course there between Lucas Glover and Colin Morikawa. Did you see that?
How so?
Well, they said that Colin Morikawa took a friendly jab at Lucas Glover after he said aim point should be banned. And Colin Morikawa said, I don't have anything against Lucas, but if we're banning aim point, we should ban long putters. Cooked him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Love it. So, but anyways, So we got that. We're going to be at Torrey Pines. Pretty straightforward course. I don't know what I have next. Here's golf. Shout out Golf Tips Checker on Twitter. The most tipped golfers, there's been 249 tips, 50-plus sources of who's being bet on to win this thing, or the most bet on. And Taylor Pendrith, the Canadian, comes in, and then Victor Hovland, Wyndham Clark, Will Zalatoris, Morikawa, Keegan Bradley, Minwoo Lee, Adam Scott. So 8 golfers. The money is flowing too. Shout out Golf Tips Checker. They're fun. Go follow them. Next, we got the weather. This is a new little twist, huh? Put the weather on here.
Man, that looks like Ray's weather report.
It does, but it's not. It's provided by the PGA meteorologist Kyle Koval. Shout out to him. Put our goat up there in the corner. Rain early, or today and tomorrow early, and then a little bit of rain in the morning on Friday, and then sunny on the weekend, which will be nice. No really rain.
Try it out.
Really early rounds here.
Got to make the cut.
Got to make the cut, and it's going to be soft, and the balls aren't going to roll that far. So wind, not going to be that much of a factor, I don't think. Gusts,
yes.
Well, maybe.
Well, that makes sense because it's on the water. I got a buddy who's actually played both the courses, and I was texting with him a little bit today. And he said there's a lot of areas to make mistakes for an average golfer. Wind isn't a factor, though it's off the coast. All the greens are tough to putt on. It's a course you expect the pros to destroy. He said if Rory plays, he won't even need his driver. He could turn it into a par 3 fest.
Huh. And he is playing. Rory is playing.
Yeah.
So wet early, dry late should make everything funky early on. And here's the actual layout. So the average strokes for amateur players, 1 and 2 are pretty difficult, 13 and 14 and 18 and 7. So the layout on this course is hilarious. It's like the same hole over and over again. Like, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same hole over and over again. Just different variations. Isn't that weird? Like the bunkers are in just different places, and then it just kind of curves left or right. So it's kind of funny, but I don't know why that entertained me so much. Anyways. Here we go. This is why everybody came. Ron Close, PGA Splits 101, absolute freak show, mutant from Best Golf. The Pacific Coast marine layer, dry conditions this year, rain and wind in the forecast. It's flat, long, and straight. Cookie cutter holes, every shot in the bag. U.S. Open type test, mentally exhausting. The rough I did see is absolutely ridiculous. So that was crazy. So don't hit it in the rough, but the fairways are pretty narrow. Bombers and long irons, short game savants, POA specialists, POA, because he's one of like 5 courses that are POA NOAA greens. Longest and 5th toughest on the tour. One of only 2 courses on tour over 7,500 yards with greens that are 500 square feet or smaller. Muirfield Village is the other one. Yeah, this course is long as hell. 5th fairways, narrowest fairways. We just said that. Greens are the 5th smallest. They're speedy. 12.5 on the stem. Second most difficult course to gain putting. 7 par 4s that are 450 plus. 2 par 5s that are 615 plus. That's crazy. I'd have to hit like 3. I would never get there in 2.
No.
The par 4, the 4 par 5s are the only true birdie holes on the course with a birdie or better rate of 36%. That's wild. Oh, not yet. So that's all the information about the course and stuff leading up to the course. But that's not why people are here. People are here because we play DraftKings, and I love golf season probably more than I love football season. As far as DFS goes.
Football.
You disgust me, dude. Oh my gosh! You can't come in here beating your chest about Brock Purdy and the Niners and be like, "I love golf more than football."
Yeah,
I love golf DFS,
and you lose all your competitive. You lose all of your.
You know
whatever it is, whatever your credibility. You lose all of your chutzpah. You lose everything, dude.
BS, dude.
Sorry.
I
likes
love the
golf
highs and lows.
DFS better than football because it's easier. He doesn't like getting in the trenches.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
because I made more money playing golf. Why would I not?
AK hates football.
No.
He doesn't have the brain power to handle 16 different locations, 53-man rosters for 32 teams.
My problem with
He needs
football,
120 guys playing one course for 4 days.
my problem with that is that
That's what he needs.
I have
He's
to
not
make
big brain.
lineups for
He makes
every
he'll
game.
make 70 rosters with the same 3 guys at the top.
Yes.
Well, maybe
Just
you
these
should
one-
follow
these-
my
these-
lead because I'm the one that's winning all the golf stuff.
No, you're not. You haven't won
Take
anything this year.
advice. What do you mean?
You haven't won anything this year.
I won it last year. I'm the sitting
You
champ.
haven't won-
The
Quit
Penguins had
living
won
in
the
the
Stanley.
past.
If the Penguins had won the Stanley Cup, we'd have to sit up on this stupid show and listen to be Penguins are Stanley Cup champs for a year.
Yeah,
Somebody
we're
else wins the
a new
championship.
season.
Now it's a
New
new
season.
season.
No, it's
You'd
a
be
new
up here with
season.
if the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, you'd be up here wearing Cowboys stuff for
Hey.
the entirety of the year.
I know one thing. We're not that far apart.
What do you mean? Oh, Dak Prescott, the Eagles. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have put together the card for your DFS safe plays and boom plays. And it goes like this. Should I flash it or should we what should we do? Should we
You can put it up there.
Just
Okay.
put it up there.
Put it up there. Go ahead. Butch, we didn't get one from him. These are the golf guys. G.U.Y.S. Spelled it right this time. The golfers up your sleeve. These are guys. We put a little extra something on there to finish top 5, top 20, top 10, top 10. If you like to go that route. But you'll see the salary right beside them. And that means play them in your DraftKings lineup. G.U.Y., would you like to go first? Because I have constructed one of the greatest journeys I've ever written down as far as why I've chose my guy. But you can go first if you'd like.
I'll go first. The main reason I picked my guy is because he can cook. Let Min Woo Lee cook.
Don't tell Harrison Butker.
He has a swagger that can't be matched with his pencil mustache.
He does.
Those are the two main reasons.
Mhm.
The other reasons golf related are because of the rain, because of the thickness of the rough. He has a very fast club speed. So he's going to need to be swinging that club to get through the rough. He also has the furthest air driving distance on tour. Carry distance is what it's called. Carry distance. He has the furthest carry distance on tour. So he's going to need the ball to go far if it's not going to roll because it's wet and thick rough. So I'm picking this guy, Min Woo Lee, coming off back-to-back top 20s in his last 2 PGA tournaments he played in. I'm going top 20 at 140. I think it's good
Love it.
value. Min Woo Lee.
Min Woo Lee. Also,
I've also not watched the golf of Min Woo Lee top 20.
that made me laugh at work when you said that.
You don't know how long it took me to find a picture with a blank without the writing in there.
Oh, that was funny. Tex. Dietrich, explain yourself.
Dietrich. He is the hottest putter on the tour.
So
Was a
hot.
top 10 putter last year. This year he's already following suit, top 10 putter again. Last week he won, so I'm going Tommy Dietrich in my lineup, best putter in my lineup, and also top 10 plus 330.
The Seymour Putts guy of the week is Tommy Dietrich. Love that. So hot right now, like Hansel, because I think he's from Belgium.
Yeah,
He's got a golfer's body. Tommy Dietrich is built to golf for sure. He's got it all. Do we want to do Dylon's last or want to do mine next?
You can do yours.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
Do
as
you
you
want to
see
do
on your screen.
Dylon's last or mine next? That's the same thing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Whoops. Ladies and gentlemen, on your screen, you will see a man named Gary Woodland, 6,600. A man who has overcome, who has defied the odds, let's just say. He has cheated death and he has won so far. He is an American hero, a U.S. Open champion. Like B. McCormick was saying, he loves Gary Woodland. He was there for the double playoff on 18. That's right. Gary Woodland in your lineups is 6,600. That is too low, and let me tell you why. And you can bet him top 5 for plus 1,400. Do it. Oh, Sweden just tied it up, boys. Canada's losing it.
Oh, this was the best team Canada's fielded since the
Well,
Olympics.
I was gonna save it. But their goaltending sucks, and that's what's gonna kill them. We all know that. It's classic Penguins team, classic Crosby-led team. Got to score 15 goals. Got to be 15-14. Anywho, Gary Woodland, driving distance on this course. This is an absolute bomber's paradise. Long course, right? Driving distance, he is second. Club head speed, he is third. Total driving, he's sixth. And this is the kicker because these long holes. Total approach greater than 200 yards. Gary Woodland is ninth. But this is not the reason why you should pick Gary Woodland. Even though he's an absolute unit and he did have brain surgery and he is coming back from brain surgery and is in absolute rare form. And he needs to win because it would be awesome. Gary Woodland is from Topeka, Kansas. And you're asking yourself, hey, what does a guy from Kansas have to do to win this tournament? Well, let me tell you something. You ever heard of the Wizard of Oz? Yeah. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, follow the yellow brick road.
Uh-huh. Dorothy.
Yeah.
Dorothy, main character of the Wizard of Oz. Who played Dorothy? Who was the actress that played Dorothy? Her name is Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Garland is from Grand Rapids. Judy Garland's from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Okay.
Thought that was in Michigan.
No, it said Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
There is a Grand Rapids, Michigan, though.
Did it say Grand Rapids, MI?
No, because I looked it up.
Right.
It spelled it out. Somebody check me. Where is Judy Garland from? Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Jeez Louise.
All right.
That was almost bad. No, Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And the state tree of Minnesota is what? It's none other than the red pine. Keep that with you. Who made the ruby slippers for Judy Garland and Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz? We're not in Kansas anymore.
The
Judy
Wicked
Garland
Witch
from
of the
Minnesota.
West.
No. Gilbert Adrian.
Oh.
Gilbert Adrian lived in California. Torrey Pines. The red pine is the state tree of Minnesota where Judy Garland was from, who played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. We're not in Kansas anymore. Gary Woodland, top 5, possibly win the tournament, 6,600. That's how you pick a golfer. That's how you go deep dive. Forget all the stats. Go with the grit. That's how you do it. Gary Woodland.
When all else fails, channel The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Not Wicked. Not that one.
That's a prequel, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it's a prequel.
But
I've never seen it.
Did Dylon send in his via?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want it?
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is that wonderful time of the year where we get to look forward to the DFS golf mecca that is DraftKings. So for those of you that are just starting to get into golf because you were able to still watch football for the past 4 weeks, some of us, like myself, gave up about 4 or 5 weeks ago when football officially ended. But it seems only appropriate that we are starting this year with the Genesis Invitational out at Torrey Pines. So it is the first of the Millie Goats golf coverage that I'm sure you will all thoroughly enjoy. So, as we did last year, I'm going to give you Dylon's dramatic dark horse dart throw that you can put into your lineups every week. So we're going to start this year at the Genesis with the Demon Deacon himself, Mr. Willie Zalatoris. So Willie Z is Dylon's pick. He's had 3 top 15s in the past 4 years. The only time that he did not make the top 15 in the past 4 years is because he had back surgery. So that is pretty much a lock. Throw it in. I think he's only about $7,900, so you still got plenty of room to play with the rest of your lineup. But you can go ahead and put Dylon down for his first check mark of the year. Willie Z.
Well, for our listeners who don't know, we've explained it to Dylon many of time that a dart throw, when you pick a dart throw, you don't pick the most expensive guy out of all of us.
That's what he does, man. Dylon can't help himself. That's what he does. Well, Bush didn't send in a guy. Maybe he will. I don't know. Maybe he'll jump in at some point.
Let's pick one for him. Hang on. I bet you I know
Okay.
who you pick. Let's see.
Rory.
No, that would be
Yeah.
Dylon. Dylon would pick Rory. I'm so excited to make these lineups, man. I love making golf lineups. I really do. It's just so much fun because the whole point of like you wake up and then half the field tees off, and then you get all excited because you're like, look at this. This is the week. This is the week.
Now's my time where I switch from sports talk radio every single morning to Thursday, Friday watching ESPN Plus.
Yes.
See who's playing.
Shout out to our guy Hubs.
I think Butch would have gone with Adam Scott.
Adam Scott has good course history here,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think he would have gone with he had a strong showing at the Pro-Am.
You know what he would have
Adam
done? He would have
Scott.
picked Sung J.M. He can't quit that guy.
Yeah.
Like bum
Some
J.M.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
Kim Jong Sung J.M.
Oh, this is a pretty good field, though. A lot of people like Henley.
Dude, that barn is rocking right now.
Dude, I'm telling you. A lot of people like Henley. They're playing where the Canadians play. I like Sepp Straka. I'll tell you that. Sepp Straka's an absolute mutant. He's an absolute hoss. Mark Hubbard, our guy, he's in. Andrew Novak in. Andrew Novak was really good here a couple weeks ago. So shout out to those two. Justin Lauer was an alternate. We reached out. Maybe he'll come on over the next few days. So, but yeah, guys are in there. Let's play some golf. I mean, I got nothing else on this particular tournament.
Let's go golfing.
Does anybody else have anything?
Well, I just want to remind everybody,
No.
I've not watched a single golf hit so far this year. So you can ride with me if you want, if you believe. That's my warning.
Yeah, we're not quite in. I've watched a little bit of golf. I've been into the numbers. I've looked at this course. I've done some research on the Genesis Open in Torrey Pines, and I showed you the map. Everything's pretty straightforward. It's long. You need dudes that can absolutely melt the golf ball, and you need dudes who can play long irons. That's why people like Victor Hovland this week. Victor Hovland's a very popular bet because he's very good with his long irons, and his chipping won't really matter. That's, so to speak. So people like Sahith Theegala too. We always love Theegala.
Played him.
Got to play him, dude.
I can tell you who's not going to be watching golf this weekend.
Me
and AK.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, it comes on late, so
It's also supposed to be raining every day that we're there. So
I know. I saw that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's never stopped me before, though.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
People like Akshay Bhatia too. So just FYI. Gary Woodland's 6,600 is outrageous. I'm just going to say that again. I'm just going to say it right now. Play Gary Woodland in your lineups. Bet him
Okay.
top 5.
Look, I let everybody start the season with a clean slate.
I'm telling you, dude. Bet him.
All right.
Bet him top 5. But bet him to win the thing. Do it. Gary
No.
Woodland.
I'm running out of money again.
Yeah, me too. I gotta save everything so I can have 1,000 lineups for Augusta.
No, what is this?
AK
Sexy 6-pack golf winners.
Hmm.
Somebody threw this in there. Whoa. Jake Knapp, because he can hit an absolute mile, longest drive on tour so far, 444 yards. Nick Taylor, I forgot why I put him in there, but at plus 1,200, why not? He's playing really good golf. Gary Woodland, for reasons that I just stated. Sam Stevens played really well here a couple weeks ago, finished T3. Wouldn't be a bad
course,
one.
though.
Huh?
It's a different course, though.
It's the South.
Yeah.
But anyway, but Sam Stevens is playing good golf. I did this in tiers. I went through and picked out, there's 72 golfers, so I went in 6 tiers. And I just looked and I was like, who has the numbers? Sam Stevens, I like. Do what?
You gonna parlay this?
This is to win.
Yeah, you gonna parlay it?
I might
coward? Huh?
I can't parlay them all to win the golf tournament, Tex. These are
Why not? Why not?
These are
What are you,
to
so
win.
scared?
the tournament.
Scared?
Dude, what's so scared?
Step
You scared?
Straka.
Wow,
Throw
dude.
another shrimp on the bobby.
Never seen anybody so scared as AK.
And Roy,
Yeah.
I think Rory's going to eat this course. Rory's playing good
You know
golf.
what you should do? You should
Bet 'em all top 5.
parlay the winner of this and then pick the USA.
Mm.
To win the 4 nations.
Mm.
You think they're
Parlay
going to
this
be
to
Canada?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you're listening, if you can't,
Sweden
Yeah,
on power
absolutely.
play.
if you're listening to
Yep.
this and you can't see this, there's a screen up on our screen that has 6 golfers that could win this tournament in the different. I tiered them out. I did 6 tiers.
Did you read off all the golfers already?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Sepp Straka, 4,500 plus 4,500. He could win this thing.
Start at the top.
Rory McIlroy plus 650. Sepp
All right,
Straka
there you
plus
go.
4,500. Sam Stevens. I almost said Scott Stevens because my brain was in hockey.
Yeah.
7,500.
You're
Gary
still
Woodland
scared of
plus
him 'cause you're still scared of him.
1,100. Nick Taylor plus 1,200. Jake Knapp plus 25. Jake Knapp may not win this, but just screenshot this and then bet them all to be top 10 or better. And then I'll bet it. I'll do it. That's what I'll do. Actually, no, I won't. Anyways. I knew that was going to get text because I know he hates how, because I threw the idea out there. We should all pick people to win. And he said no. So I knew I was going to do my own. Got him. I got him good, boys. Okay. That's golf. That's golf talk. We only got 2 more segments left. We got How Dare Yous, and then we got to talk this 4 Nations face off. Are we ready? Let's do some How Dare Yous. Let's hit it. I'll hit it.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? You're gross. How dare you?
How dare yous? Okay. Does anybody want to go first? Again, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
I forget what my how dare you was.
I can go.
Go ahead.
I have 2 actually. I'm gonna how dare you first. Golf itself. I came across this video. This is a screenshot of the video where it says in the 1930s, golf fans could race to get the winner's golf ball. And it's just this video of somebody making a putt and then 15 grown men jumping onto the hole to try to get the golf ball out of the hole. And so I'm kind of mad that we didn't get to do this. And I'm just how daring golf for taking this away and just taking the fan out of the game even more so. So how dare you, golf, for not letting us race to get the winner's golf ball. I mean, I could put my He Hate Me jersey on from the XFL years ago, go out there and just start trucking people. So that earns you a how dare you, golf. Grow the game. Don't slow the game. grow the game. And my second one is to Vegas, because we thought we were hot stuff. Remember that one I hang the banner for everybody for beating Vegas in January?
Yeah.
Not so fast, my friend. Nevada Sportsbook won a record $22.1 million from Super Bowl LIX, proving yet again that the house always. This was the long con, dude. That's all this
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
They were setting us up.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't beat Patrick Mahomes doesn't lose. Whippity boopity beeps.
I mean, did anybody hit a parlay in the Super Bowl?
Saquon Barkley was probably the most bet anytime touchdown scorer in the history of a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They bamboozled you, all of
22
us,
mil one night.
from Super Bowl, because, I mean, everybody's like, it's a no-brainer. The Chiefs are going to win. Nobody's ever been here. Pat Mahomes never loses. And, of course, they pump the tires. They get everybody all hot and bothered, and then they go out there and get their teeth kicked in badly.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too. I'll do my how dare you to us as sports fans to just ignoring the facts. I mean, all the facts that we listed about, what Mahomes points differential, what he does, how many interceptions he's
The
thrown.
yak.
All
yards after
that was
catch.
right in front of our face, and we chose to ignore it.
Well, we get coaxed and wined and dined into believing that he's doing something that's we've never seen before, and he could. Yeah, but and really, what it is their offense is a 3-yard offense, and they rely heavily on somebody catching the ball and running after the catch. That's all it is, and him running 2 or 3 times a game. That's all it is.
Pin me a hater if you want. The Chiefs are not the second best team in the NFL this year.
They are who we thought they were.
I love that take.
They
And
are.
the Bills let them off the hook.
Exactly. I'm not necessarily saying the Bills were the second best team, but the Chiefs were definitely not the second best team.
You know who's right there? You know who's right there with everybody healthy?
Not that far behind.
They're not that far behind the Cowboys.
That's right.
I'm so ready for football season. I'm so ready.
Woo! You already back?
I'm back, baby. Give me football again.
I'm back.
He's back. Golf season lasted an hour and 12 minutes. Text, do you have a how dare you?
And my how dare you goes to the manager of the New York Yankees, Aaron Boone, because he's all up in arms because some Dodgers players said that the Yankees pooped down their leg and played a terrible defensive series. And he got all up in arms about it because they were told the truth. So how dare you to a World Series losing baseball manager for not recognizing that his team did lose. The winner of that game can talk a little bit of smack and say that the Yankees did poop down their leg defensively, which they did.
They did.
And lost the series.
Pins. They had pinstripes down their leg, but it was just
sit down, Aaron Boone, and coach you guys up. Coach them up. Do you think, manager?
You like that one? Okay, how dare yous are done. Now we move to the Four Nations face-off, which is currently going on. We've got Canada. We're big hockey guys. Everybody knows that. We're big sports guys.
USA.
Canada, Sweden, Finland, and the USA. The US of A. Red, white, and blue. Here we go. The schedule is as thus. Tonight, obviously, the 12th, TNT, Canada versus Sweden, currently tied 3-3. Canada's blowing it. Overrated. A joke of an organization. Complete joke. Tomorrow night, we got USA versus Finland, 8 p.m. ESPN. Then Finland versus Sweden, Saturday, 1 p.m. And then USA versus Canada, Tex, you and I will be watching this Saturday, 8 p.m. Possible live stream, third period. You and me, same camera, same mic.
I'd love to be outside smoking a stogie, but I think it's going to be raining.
I know. I almost bought some for us. And then that's all the stuff that's done in Montreal.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain.
Then they go to the Garden, the TD Garden in Boston, not the Garden, TD Garden, where Canada will take on Finland, and then Sweden will take on USA, and then we will have the championship next week on Thursday, February 20th. So round robin, thoughts initially on this, boys? Are we fired up or not?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a chance to pull for the USA,
Agreed.
you're fired up about it. You know,
Something about those colors, baby.
the only
Those
thing,
colors.
you know, if there's the only thing that I would say, I mean, this is, I applaud the leagues and the NHL for trying to do this. This is, to me, this is a lot better than the in-season basketball tournament that the NBA does, because you
Agreed.
are getting to come together and pull for your country. But if you're having to do things like this in the middle of your season, like this Four Nations in-season tournament, the World Baseball Classic for baseball, during the middle of your season, that means your season's too long and you're trying to pull people back in to watch the rest of the season. Let's just shorten the seasons. And then we can do this at the end of the season.
Beautiful. Or have a separate season for this.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
where you were going to play the, you know, shorten it to 41 games for the NHL, and then say that last month we're going to do a Four Nations face-off.
Yeah.
Where everybody just gets to root for the U.S. for like.
Or you could do 6 nations or 8 nations. You know, maybe after 10 years they'll add 12. I don't know. But
and then the SEC will get involved and they'll be like, wait a minute. We want a piece of this tournament. You ain't played nobody, Paul. USA ain't played nobody. Anyways.
like I said, I appreciate the attempt and I appreciate getting the pull for my country. I just think if you're having to do gimmicky things in the middle of the season, your season's probably too long.
Text thoughts.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, hockey season's kind of starting for me. I pay attention to it. I pay attention. I'm probably going to go that I enjoy watching hockey more than golf. So hockey number 1, golf number 2.
What about the Masters?
I like to keep track. Even though I like to keep track of it on my phone. Like I'll the standings. Yeah, I don't really like to watch golf. It doesn't do it for me, man.
I do. I love.
I barely even like to play it.
Here are the lineups. I don't know if you can see these, but I can zoom on each one if we'd like. We'll do the USA and Canada first. What I noticed about Canada is this is the most ridiculous collection of players I've ever seen. Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, Sam Bennett. I mean, this is stupid. And then on defense, Cale Makar, Pietrangelo, Parayko, Theodore, and then their goalies are where they're gonna. This is where.
Yeah, Bennington, Aiden Hill, and I don't even know who Montembeault is.
Montembeault.
Yeah, that's a great goalie name, by the way. Great
goalie name. Perfect for Montreal. Like that's a Montreal. I mean, he's like a hometown guy, probably. But enough about Canada. We don't care about Canada. We care about the U.S.
That's right.
Okay. We've got Jack Hughes, Chris Kreider, Dylan Larkin, Austin Matthews, J.T. Miller. That's not a Canuck there, buddy. That is now a New York Ranger. Rangers have the most players on the U.S. So shout out to the Rangers for supplying the U.S. with all the talent. Go ahead and accept that, boys. In our goalies, buddy, Connor Hellebuck, Jake Ottinger. Swayman, get him out of here. Get him out.
Yeah.
The dude sucks in playoff formats. He's terrible. The playoffs come around, him and Olmark just poop the bed. We don't need him. We need Ottinger and Hellebuck. That's who we need in between the pipes.
OT.
Get him out of here. So, but just a great now. Jake Gensel, I'm a little worried about because Sidney Crosby's not playing with him, and he needs somebody to just basically throw it off his stick so he can get 17 goals in 3 games because that's all he does. But I like what I'm seeing here, boys. Brock Nelson, that was the other guy who looks really old. We got the Kachuk brothers. That's awesome. So they're going to be terrorizing everybody. Those are pretty solid centers there, boys. So Any thoughts on the roster? Take a look at
No.
Sweden and Finland. Finland's got a nice
Some Sabres.
look at those names.
Yeah.
Dude, Finland's got some dudes. I don't like their goalies either. I think the Sabres goalie's on there. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
He's not having a good year though.
So, see, there we go. Yeah, let's go USA. She saw that all those Rangers on there. But yeah, the Finland front or forward line or forwards pretty darn good there. I love those names: Teravainen, Lehkonen, Luosterainen. Love that. Rupe Hintz is a dog too. Sweden, they're playing right now. Zibanejad's on there. Victor Hedman, Carlson, Rasmus Dahlin. They got some pretty good goalies there too. Philip Gustafsson and Markstrom. Those are some pretty good goalies. But I like our chances. Boys.
Everybody's talking about the game Saturday night.
We can't overlook it, dude. We can't overlook Finland. Can't do it. I think our goalies are going to carry us. That's what U.S. normally does in these tournaments. All right, so we know the forwards, or we know the lines, we know the teams, we know the schedule, the jerseys, boys. Austin Matthews. This is not a good look, guys.
I guess when I sent it, I said I think he looks like it's the NHL's version of that commercial with Randy Moss and Dan Marino putting on the Emmett Smith putting on the
Jerry
pads
Rice.
again. Like we're sending out 60-year-old dudes. Like that looks like a men's league. Like that's some guy's dad who's getting recruited and dad wanted to throw the pads on.
I feel so bad for the guy. Like it's not even like hanging on for dear. It's just gone. I mean, it's waxed. It's over.
It's the cul-de-sac.
Like it's not even like it's like a full on,
It's
like
full
plethora
cul-de-sac.
plush back here on the back end.
It looks like he's wearing a neck roll in football, like but on his head. Like that's the back. That's the roll on his shoulder pads.
He looks like Beaker from the Muppets with that little tuft on top of his hair. Oh my gosh, Austin Matthews, dude, get some hair pull. He's got to talk to Jason Witten. Get this man in contact with Zach Thomas. Who was the linebacker for the Dolphins? Was that Zach Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah. He showed up one day with just a full head of hair. So did Jason Witten. Like we got to get the captain of our team cannot at least shave the sides or something.
Yeah.
Like we got to help our guy out. Come on the show though. So there was also another comparison that just happened to come up organically. That he looked like John Lovitz. Why are we roasting our captain like this?
Hey, nobody is saying.
That's true. And he would do the same to us. I wish he would, but holy moly, like our captain. This is our captain.
I think, you know what he needs to do? He just needs to go shaved head and beard. That's what he needs to do.
Like,
Oh my God.
why?
I think that would help him out. Shaved head
You know
and
who he
beard.
does look like? The other Muppet. You know that guy who was the blue, like the big blue bird, who was angry all the time?
Mm-mm.
He had, oh man, you got to look up the big blue bird on the Muppets. Where he's like full on. You know what I'm talking about, Tex, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Hold on. There. Hold on, dude. How do I share this? I gotta share this. Hold on. Let me remove this. Let me get out of here. Hold on. I hate to do this to him. Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But
Wow.
this. Hold on.
Save. Sweden's gonna win this game, dude. They're dominating.
Hold on. Did I do it? No. Sweden's going to win the game?
They're
Yeah.
dominating.
Put some money on it.
There it is. All right, here he is. That's who he looks
Stick
like.
safe.
They do got all the mo though.
So that's in the front.
Dude, no, it's his side. Look at the side that goes all the way around.
It's like a halo.
Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. Jeez. I lost our spot. Anyways, our poor guy, our captain, he's gonna lead us. He's got to. We believe in you, Austin Matthews.
Yeah.
We believe in you. Don't take this the wrong way. Come on the show. Anywho.
Mm.
Then oh. I got Tex put that on there. Tex, there's your meme. So there's a meme of the there's a picture of the Gulf of now the Gulf of America, and it just says
I
the
mean,
Gulf
that's
of
what it
Matthews.
looks like, though. Like the Gulf is his head, and the America is his hair.
Oh. And then Victor Hedman. Some of these, I remember when these guys were young, not anymore though.
That's what I'm saying. They're all just.
It's because we're old boys.
I know.
We remember some of these guys playing in the league.
So let's go U.S. of A.
Coming in
But
the league.
there's one more slide we have to go through. Shout out us. This is it. Shout out CFB Tracker, best home records over the past 10 seasons. We showed you the best group of 5 records over the past 10 seasons. We were right behind Boise State. This is the best home records over the past 10 seasons. Number 1, Alabama 65-3. Number 2, Clemson 63-5. Number 2, Ohio State 63-5. Georgia 56-5. Oklahoma 55-7. Oregon 55-8. Michigan 58-10. And number 7, boys, you're looking at it right here. The Block A. Don't come up to the Rock unless you're South Alabama this year because you think you're going to win. 52-9, ahead of Notre Dame, ahead of Liberty, ahead of Memphis, ahead of Penn State. They should put us in front of Michigan because we beat them.
Yeah, they redeemed that though.
Still, we wrecked their program.
Here's the question.
What?
How's Michigan played 7 more games than us?
At home?
Yeah. They played a whole nother season of home games more than us.
I know we had to get rid of the Liberty one because of the floods. So that's one. But that is weird. Notre Dame's played 64. Liberty's played 44.
Well, they haven't been a team that long.
That's crazy. Oklahoma's played, I guess because we played more neutral site games.
I don't know. I mean, even Indiana. Well, no,
That's Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
You don't know ball. I just thought it was cool. That's like the
Yeah,
best
it's
home
cool.
records. Like that's
Something about playing up there at the Rock.
I'm telling you, dude. Shout out Black and Gold Podcast. But you remember whenever we were there, we won 34 in a row. It was the longest streak in the nation at home. Crazy. You don't come up there and win, dude. That's Coach Clark knew that. Anyways, boys, anything else?
No.
What a time. We've turned the page. We put a bow on the Super Bowl. We move fully into golf and hockey season and other fun segments.
Wow.
So I know, dude. I know. We need Canada to lose. Well, actually, I want Canada versus USA in the final. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Genesis. Not advice. Can't stress that enough. We
Do
keep
good.
going.
Be
Everybody
good.
else is done.
Go
Not
Bills.
us.